Hello, hello. Yo, what's up with y'all? What's up? You know, the title of this video is Neighborhood Nightmares. Yep. I done seen so much crazy stuff go on in my hood that I grew up in. So I just feel like I can get up here and talk about it. You know, all kind of stuff don't happen. And I'm sure it's a lot of people out here done been through some things in their old neighborhood coming up as a teenager, anything, young kid coming up and seeing all the crazy stuff that goes on in the hoods. You know, I grew up in a project. I can say whatever you call it, project, baby. I grew up in that environment, and just seeing all kind of crazy stuff, man, with the gangs, the violence, all that, man. Don't seen it all. I done been in it, doing stuff I had no business doing. Yeah, man, that's why I say it was a nightmare. And a lot of stuff changed over the years with our neighborhood. The neighborhood I grew up in, a lot of stuff changed. Now they got in our neighborhood now. The neighborhood I grew up in, they got cameras, all kind of stuff. So I'm like, man, back then they ain't have none of that. You couldn't even come through our neighborhood if you wasn't from that neighborhood. You weren't from that project. You couldn't come through there. If you were from a different hood, man, look, they own you. They own you. They ain't playing. They know you ain't from this hood, they finna come get you. They see you ride through anything, you gonna have to fight. You gonna have to do something. And that's just how it was. Like, and just say another hood. If I went through their hood, they see me, and they know I'm not from their hood, they finna go down. I'm gonna have to fight, or I'm gonna have to do something, man. It's just crazy. So our neighborhood, they were like the GDs and BGDs, all them black flagging. Yeah, it was most. So I remember my grandmother, she was like, man, you know, grandma, she be on you. She tell you go wash dishes, go do all that, go do it. But I was kind of hard headed. I ain't listen and stuff. So I think I thank God I didn't listen to her that night. But I remember I was in the living room. And she came in. She like, get up and go in there and wash them dishes. So I was like, man, you know me, you know teenagers, little kids and stuff. You know how they be like, nah, I don't know, man. I don't want to do this. I think I got an attitude or something. I don't know what happened, but I didn't do it. And I thank God I didn't get up and go in there and wash them dishes. But I don't know. But anyway, so I didn't get up and wash the dishes. So I remember I'm laying down watching TV. Next thing you know, I hear gunshots ring out. Pow, 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 pow. So I'm like, dang, what's going on? So I look outside, I see a motorcycle, everybody outside. And I don't know, I'm looking outside, I'm like, dang, what's going on? So my grandma like, they done shot in the house. So I look, walk in the kitchen, and I see a bullet hole. You know, my grandmother's sink, and the window like was right above her sink. So and I'm thinking like, dang, if I was standing right here, that bullet probably would have hit me right in the head, anything. And I was just thinking like, dang, that's crazy, man. I don't know, they just had me just thinking like, dang, this really happened. So man, the shot ring out, I see the motorcycle. I don't know, man. Some motorcycle was on the ground and stuff was everywhere. The police was out there. They don't came talking to my grandmother. And so my grandmother, she like, you better not say nothing. You better not tell them nothing. I'm like, I ain't finna say nothing anyway. I ain't. But it wasn't for it wasn't our fault that my grandma's house got shot in. They probably just in the shootout with somebody. There ain't no telling, man. So my grandma's house ended up getting hit, shot in. So that kind of spooked me up a little bit. So I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. But seeing that, it shook me up a little bit as a young age. And that really had me thinking like, dang, what's really going on? So we just crazy, man, thinking about that and seeing that. It scared me, spooked me. a little bit, spooked me. Had me scared. Like, dang, they really up here shooting. All kind of stuff. But anyway, coming up as a teenager, anyway, it just got crazy, man. So I ended up, got in a fight with a guy one time and just picking at me. He was jealous because I was hanging around other people. But we from the same hood and everything, so ended up fighting him. And like, dang, bro, we had to fight. And I'm just thinking about it, like coming up, man, we all had to fight, man. Just over foolish stuff, man, just crazy. But it's all good now, man. We see each other now, and we grown now, cause we like, man, that stuff we did when we were young, we like, that was so foolish, man, crazy, man. Just, hey, and I was just thinking about it, like, dang, really. But yeah, man, so that's just how it was coming up in my neighborhood. Just crazy. And one night, I remember, man, some boys that weren't even from our hood, they were from a whole nother city. So you know how the homies be, how your homeboys be, chilling one night. So, you know, it was beef, whatever we had going on back then, we ain't like them. They ain't like us. The ops, whatever y'all call them now, the ops, the rivals, whatever. So they chilling in, they came to our hood. So we're chilling with some females in our neighborhood. So we like, nah, we ain't having that. So we like, nah, we don't even get down like that. Y'all ain't finna just come over here, you know, and chill. You think it's gonna be all good. So my partner, all of us linked up. Like, hey, they over there at this over here at this apartment over here. Over in the project. So we like, all right, bet. So we all linking up. One of my homeboys, he's so crazy. He done went and got a stick out the woods. Went and got a stick out the woods. So we ain't have no gun on us. We didn't have none of that. Cause we was already young and stuff. We had guns. We got to them. But we at that night we didn't have no guns. I don't know why. Nobody didn't have none. But that night it got crazy. But anyway, my homeboy, he go up in the woods, grab that big old stick. So we seen the ops, the rival, the people that we beefing with. We seen them, they over there chilling on the porch, they talking with the females and stuff. So damn, we deep. So they see us coming, we come out the cut. Like we behind some bricks, some buildings. So they see us on the side. So my homeboy, man, it was so crazy, man. I don't know why he did this stupid jump. He got the stick. He got the stick and started pointing the stick, acting like it's a dang gun. Man, why he do that? This man done pour the dang stick out and everything, you know, they bust out shooting. Pow, 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 pow. Everybody take off running. So, and I got another crazy homeboy. They have all of we went right in the head. We didn't care about nothing, for real, for real. So I took off running. Cause in my head, I'm like, man, look, I ain't got no gun, no nothing. I don't know if they finna chase us down or what. But in my head, I'm like, nah, they ain't finna get me. No, I ain't finna let it happen. So my grandma, she stayed like right down the street, kind of a little bit. So I can just, her back door was open. So I had a chance to get away. So next thing you know, they just shooting, down. Take off running. I go up in my grandma's house. I still hear gunshots. So I'm like, dang, what's going on, man? Ain't got no fire, ain't got no gun, no nothing. I'm like, man, I'll be a fool just run out here and know I don't have a gun on me. I can't protect myself. So I'm really like, dang, man, what's going on? I hate my home. I hope my homeboys all right, man. I hope they straight. So next thing you know, then I hear about it. So I guess they got in the car. They drove off, the ops, whatever. So my other homeboy said they got in the car. They drove off, driving off and stuff. So, but now I'm bringing it back a little bit. As they was shooting my other homeboy, they were hiding behind a building, and they said bullets were flying by their head, hitting the bricks. You could hear the bullet. Pew, 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 pew. hitting the bricks and everything. So they were like, man, they were just hiding behind the dang building. They hear bullets hitting their head. So I'm like, man, for real? So you're like, yeah, for real, man. You're like, dang. So I'm like, dang, okay, man. And you telling me like the next day after all this don't know happen, you telling me everything. And I remember when he was telling me, then one of my cousin, he was in our hood that night. And he said when they came through, they were leaving out. And my other partner, they picked up a stick, and the guy was in the car aiming the gun at him, finna hit him, finna shoot him. But my other homeboy, he threw the stick, knocked the gun out of his hand, and that saved his life. So I'm like, man, no. He like, man, yeah, he would have been shot. If he never would have threw that stick, he probably would have been shot. The ops would have shot him. So I'm like, no, man, dang. Yeah, so that was a crazy night that night, man. Just people coming over there we had beef with. Some guys came over there and they chilling with some homegirls. Then they seen us come out the cut and that thing, you know, they started shooting at us. And then they hopped in their car. And on the way out our neighborhood, they seen one of my cousins and my homeboy. I guess they seen him finna shoot at him again. So my homeboy, he threw the stick at him. It made him start shooting the other way. So that's how that story went on that tip though. And I think that was real crazy, man. It was a crazy night. And I thank God didn't nobody get killed anything, man. We could have been dead, for real. It's just some crazy stuff in the hood that be going on. Nightmares in the hood. That's just how stuff is, man, with our community. Black folks. We go through the most. But hey, that's just one of them, man. I remember the next day, so we all linked up. It was crazy. Now this right here was real crazy. We all linked up. Linked up, right? So now, we thinking about revenge. Retaliation. Think about retaliation. What can we do to get back at them when they shot at us like that? And yep. So retaliation. We end up, you know, as we teenagers. So my homeboy like, hey, I know well lick it. I know where a spot with some shotguns and a lot of ammo. So we like, okay, bet. Let's go do it. We already young teenagers. We don't care. We ready to go ride. We ready to go put in some work. So he like, yeah, let's go do it. That thing, you know, we go get the guns and stuff. Go get the guns. So we put them up. But we had already did some crazy stuff before all this stuff. We was out hitting licks, doing all kind of stuff. So the police, they end up getting us about some old stuff we done did. So it caught up with us. So and I think this was God again. Cause we finna go down there in their territory, and we finna shoot anybody we seen down there. We was just finna let it go. And I thank God the police came and locked us up from some old stuff we had did as teenagers, just bad, out there doing stuff that we ain't have no business doing as a juvenile. So we ended up getting locked up, going to juvenile, and yeah, it was a long story, man. So the guns we had got, man, I guess people end up finding them, whatever. I don't know. We had ended up putting it some bandit spot, but I guess when we got out, everything was gone. I know we went to juvenile. I went to juvenile for the stuff we did, and it was crazy. Just bad. Doing crazy stuff out there that we ain't have no business. And I'll go over all that stuff another time. But that was part of it. And some crazy story, man. Some stuff that done went down in my neighborhood. And some of the stuff I really can't speak on, man, because it's crazy. And I really don't want to speak on it. I don't want to speak on it for real. I can just speak on certain things, man, because, yeah, the wrong people see this, they may be like, oh, man, you talking about all this, you talking about all that. But, yeah, I'm just speaking on some of the stuff I done seen in my hood. I'm seen and some of the stuff I done did. Yeah, it went down, man. So, yeah. And, man, I seen one time, got into it with a guy. He was crazy. And we were crazy too. We were crazy. We weren't right in the mind. So, we all had guns. All of us was scrapped up. So this one guy, he was shot out. He wasn't nothing to play with. He'll shoot you, anything. He was just know he ain't play. He ain't play no game. He wasn't the person to be played with. And you see him, he'll put fear in your heart. But he ain't have us fear. We didn't care because we wasn't nothing to play with either. So long story short, my cousin, we all up in the hood. So I don't know what it was. I ain't jump in this. I didn't jump into it at all. So my cousin, he ended up fighting this guy. Him and his homeboys, they ended up fighting this guy, jumping this guy up in the neighborhood. And I don't know why they jumped this dude. They probably just young, stupid, jumping for no reason. And man, just jumping the guy, man. And I seen it with my own eyes. I ain't jumping it because I felt like, man, that's wrong, man. All y'all jumping this dude, man. I was like, no, I'm not finna jump in that. So I didn't jump in it. But it got crazy. Just because I was around him and the guy seen me, just because he knew that was my cousin, and he knew we all hung out in the same hood and stuff. And he knew I was some kin to him, and he knew that he got to get some revenge, whatever. He knew he just couldn't let that slide, so he out for revenge. He wants some retaliation. And I feel him on that because I know somebody would have jumped me or whatever, a lot of y'all. Back then, I probably would have been on the same stuff too, like, nah, I ain't finna let that slide. No, I can't let it slide. So whatever, this is what happened. I remember coming out my grandmother's house over there in the hood. So I'm just walking outside. I see this car pull up. I'm like, oh man, what's going on, man? I ain't got no gun on me. I ain't got nothing on me to protect me or anything. So they pull up on me. They're like, hey, that one over right there that jumped me. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I seen this guy get jumped, but I ain't had nothing to do with it. I ain't jumping nothing. I ain't do nothing. It wasn't my fault. It was my cousin's fault and his homeboy. They ended up jumping him. So now, but the guy, he see me coming. He see me by myself, and he think I got something to do with it. So he like, nah, we finna get him. He like, yeah, that one over right there. So I'm like, oh, man. So I passed the car. They parked. So I end up passing the car. I'm walking up one of my homeboy house down the street. So I'm walking up to his house. So I'm like, man, I'm trying to play it cool. I hear him talking. I don't know what they finna shoot. I don't know what they finna do, but I'm trying to just stay calm. So like, yeah, there you go right there. So when I heard that, I was like, man, I ain't finna take no chances. Took off running. Boom, running. So I got to my homeboy house. When I knocked on the door, everybody, the homies in there chilling. I'm like, hey, bro, they out there, bro. So they like, what you talking about? I'm like, man, what's called when y'all jump? Oh, boy, doing, woo, woo, woo. He like, okay, everybody like, oh, all right, bet. So they end up getting their guns, scrapping up. So they end up everybody end up coming out, running outside and stuff. So by the time I told them, they gone. So I'm like, man, this crazy, man. So I'm like, dang, bro. I'm like, man, you know it finna be some beef now. it finna be some crazy shit finna go down, man. It finna go down. So I'm like, dang, man. So I'm looking at cuz like, dang. Hey, we gonna have to do something. I'm like, man, because they finna, I don't know what they on. They could be on some other junk. And I heard the dude, he ain't nothing to play with. he straight shooting. I don't heard. So in my mind, I'm like, man, come on. So I ain't no getting, you know, I'm a teenager. I ain't no getting a little 38. I know a 38 it ain't nothing, but I got this 38 revolver. That's the only gun I got to at the time, but I don't know. I just had to get something. I was young, 14, 15. So I'm like, I gotta get something. So I remember broad daylight. The guy that they were saying that don't play with people, he will shoot and kill you. So he riding by. I know the car. So I see him, he ride by. So man, I remember this day, I'm like, man, it finna go down. I had one of my homeboys walking with me. He had his pistol on. So we both scrapped. So I see him, he ride by us. So I'm looking. I'm like, man, look, I don't know what finna happen, but I know something finna go down. This man stop. You say anything crazy, I'm finna pop him. So I had that in my mind. I'm like, man, he ain't stop and say nothing. I heard he ain't nothing to play with. I heard he see he gonna get at you. He ain't nothing to play with. So he just kept going. So I'm like, dang, that's weird. He ain't say nothing. So another day, me and my cousin walking, and two of my homeboys. We coming from the store. I remember I had to go to the store for my grandmother. So we walking up the street, walking up to the store. So me and my cousin, two of my homeboys, we walking. Next thing you know, I remember we were getting the stuff, coming out the store, walking back to the hood. So they pull up. So me and my cousin, we walking side by side. Two of my homeboys, they walking in front of us. So they way older than us. They grown. The guy that pulls up on us, the guy that they had jumped. So these grown people now, but we teenagers. So they pull up. Yo, there you go right there. The one that jumped. There they go. So I look. I got my gun on me. So they hop out real fast. So my other two homeboys, they scared. Scared. Kept walking. So I'm looking like, man, y'all so pie. They kept walking. So now I'm with my cousin. My cousin, he the one that had jumped. So I look at my other two homeboys, they just kept walking. They were scared. So when I tell them, like, man, y'all lame, man. So me and my cousin, man, we just stuck together on that. And we were talking about that, like, dang, they messed up. How they just kept walking on this. And they left us behind. But anyway, long story short, man, the guy, he knew my people. He knew my dad and all that, so they squashed it. They're like, hey, we're going to leave all that alone, man. We know your dad and all that, and we're going to leave it alone, man. So they left all that alone. And I'm just thinking, like, bro, I'm telling my cousin, man, we beefing with some grown folks. These grown men, we some teenagers out here wilding out, doing some crazy stuff, man. We was just young back then. Wasn't thinking, just out there doing stuff, man. It was just crazy, man. So yeah, that was wild, man. This is one of the stories. This ain't even half, you feel me? And you know, hey, I just wanna share that with y'all and just thinking about some of the stuff I done seen, and I'm nothing like that now. I changed my life, and I gave my life to Christ, you feel me? And I would never go back to the old me, because the only thing the old me, it ain't bring nothing but trouble. And I can't go back to that. So I advise y'all, man, I know y'all, some people that can relate to stuff like this, man, growing up in the hood, seeing stuff, shootouts, all kind of stuff. And I know it went down, man. Some of the stuff I done seen, a lot of crazy stuff, man. I done seen, man, people getting shot. Remember a guy getting shot in our hood, laid out on the dang ground, just shot. And I don't know, man, it was just crazy. Just laid out, man, shot him in the stomach. I think they were fussing over a female. I don't know, it's just crazy, man. But I'll come back with some more nightmares from the hood, you know. And when I get all my stuff straightened out right, I'll talk some more about it. You know, some of the stuff, I know y'all want to hear it. But yeah, it was some crazy stuff that went down in my neighborhood. Crazy shootouts, all kind of stuff. Fights. So many fights done went down. Man, hey, I miss that hood though, man. And wish I can just ride through. I can't ride through and show y'all the hood. The hood I came from. And it's real crazy, man. They say that whole hood was built on a graveyard, on top of a graveyard, man. The whole neighborhood. And I think that's why it was so crazy over there. Say one way in and one way out. Yep. Yeah, man. But hey, I'm out, man. I'm finna just bounce out. And yeah. And I'll try to come up with another video about this. And I just say, man, to all y'all young people out there, put them guns down, because it ain't even worth it. It ain't worth your life. Going to prison, make one mistake, it's over with. It's over with, man. You might think it's all good right now with them guns and everything, but man, it ain't nothing good, bro. Ain't nothing good behind them being locked up, dog. Nothing good. Cost you your whole life, man. It ain't no females in there, dog. Nothing but hard legs up in there, so you gonna get ready. And they got them guns out here now, but when you get up in there, ain't no gun. You gonna have the UD. You gonna have to throw them things, man. Unless you get a shank. But other than that, you gonna have to throw them things, man. So it ain't nothing nice. One mistake you make, it's over with. So I had to learn that the hard way and tell myself I'm never going back to that. Never. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. So y'all take it easy. Subscribe to the channel. And hey, thank y'all for watching. And hey, y'all stay tuned, man. I'm drop some more. Hey, I'm out though. Y'all take it easy.